wish I had a better countdown. Oh, wait, I do.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second time tonight that asshole's cut in.
Yeah, there you go!
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. It's time for the Brothers Hack the Matrix. I am your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and as usual, I am joined by my only sibling on this planet. There can be only one, the Hylunder. What's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
Not much, bro. What's up with you? Nice scaly cap that you got there, man.
Yeah, dude. This is the old Scatty. This is the what one is this? This is the Keeper. Check out the graphic on that thing. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So
guys working the bagpipes in that one, bro. What's up?
Yeah. We're in that one tonight. What's going on with you?
Not much, dude. Not much. Got 4 new shoes put on the car yesterday about 5 o'clock, and woke up this morning and one of them was flat.
What?
And yeah, I spent the morning at Walmart, going and seeing what it was. It's the valve stem. I got to get a kit for the valve stem. It has nothing to do with the new tires. It's something to do with the rims.
Kit for the valve stem.
Yes, sir. Got to get that, and probably take it over to Monroe's and have them do it, because I don't want to mess with the tire. I don't want that thing blowing up in my face.
No,
so.
I don't blame you. How much did 4 tires cost for that thing?
Shit. 400 altogether with installation. I found the cheapest ones I could get. I mean, it's an 08, dude. I'm not going to spend a lot of money on those tires. You know what I mean?
Not bad. That's not bad at all, dude.
Yep.
So,
but anyway, how are you doing? It's good to see you.
Oh, tired, man. You know, I hate starting to work like this because we don't have any AC in the plant, and it's like 105 degrees in there every day, and it takes it right out of you, dude. So yeah. Not looking forward to that, but they're supposed to be getting it fixed this week, so hopefully they'll get that done early in the week.
Yeah.
And get back to business as usual.
What's going on with you, man? Business as usual, huh? Speaking of business as usual, let's check in with the chat real quick before we get going here tonight and see who's here. And, of course, the mascot of the channel, basically he has become. We have to tell you his name because you can't tell what it is by his moniker.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim. Right, Tim was the first one in tonight. He says, "You know the drill." Yeah, we got to play his video. And Connie Cleary is here too. Hey, how you doing, young ladies? Good to see you. You guys all welcome aboard. Thank you for being here. Tim says, "Going to Walmart. That was your first mistake." Yeah, well, I mean, it was cheap tires. I mean, like I was just telling my brother,
Yeah.
it's an '08 Sebring. I am not going to spend a lot of money on new tires for that thing. Just not going to do it. But anyway, it's good to see everybody. Glad you tuned in tonight. We love having you. We wouldn't be here without you. Dan, they all want to know what you're sporting tonight. I think you got something a little different tonight.
We're going with the base tonight, man. This is the V174 vintage. I love the vintage brand. It's bone color. It's got this 2 single coils, one in the mid and one in the back in the back there. You know, you got your volumes and everything like that. But yeah, I love the black inlays. Really dig that. I love the maple neck, man. Something about a maple neck that, for me, I find easier to play. I think it's a little bit slicker than just a normal neck. So, but yeah, I really enjoy this. I've been tracking Sojourn.
I see Mac Boland has been replaced behind you.
Yes. Yes, we're waiting on the
nice little map of the world with Sharking for Pearls everywhere on tour.
Sharking for Pearls is everywhere, dude. Sojourn.
They're all over the place, dude.
All over the place.
They're ready to take over. They're going to dominate. They're going to dominate, man. No doubt.
Yeah, that's what we're using tonight. So.
All right. Let's see. Tim says, I'm watching you since I have nothing better to do. Gee, thanks. What an endorsement, Tim. Appreciate that, bro. We play a video for you and everything,
man.
right?
Keep it real.
we play a video for him and everything, and this is all I can say about that endorsement, man. Really, I mean, this is about all I can say about it.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
I mean, come on, bro.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah. Keeping it 100, Dan says.
That's it, man.
All right, boss. Hey, I can have fun with my bro, man. Come on. I haven't seen him all week. Why do you want to get on my ass?
Yo.
He said it's time for the top of the heap. I've got to redo this.
You do,
I mean, we need to keep the LSU Tigers, right? We
Yeah.
need to keep the LSU Tigers in there, but we need the NAIA champs, the Pilots.
The
only
undefeated
team in baseball history at the college level.
59-0, bro.
The 59-0 LSU Pilots. I've got to add them to it, don't I, Dan? Yeah.
You really do, man. Yeah. So give the Pilots some love.
Louisiana teams. Yeah, that's right, man.
Well deserved. 59-0. That's incredible. That's just incredible.
But it's top of the heap, so you know what we got to do.
Oh, here we go.
Eject. Fire on the flight deck. This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
Yeah,
Reckless
what can men
hate.
do, bro?
What can men do?
By the way, guys, that clip before that, it's from what I consider a top 5 movie of all time, The Hunt for Red October. And the dude that says it, this guy named Fred Thompson, he was in, I believe, I don't know if he was a senator or a representative from Tennessee, I think.
Yeah, he was from Tennessee. I don't know.
I can't remember which house he was in. The House of the Senate.
I think he was in the House. I think.
But you guys know him from Law and Order and a bunch of other shit. He's one of my favorite actors of all time, man. I mean, you can't. Anybody that's seen Die Hard 2, he's running the airport in that one, and he's really great. He really is.
Stack 'em, pack 'em, and rack 'em.
Yeah, that's it. Stack 'em, pack 'em, and rack 'em. That's it. That's his line, isn't it? All right, let's get into it. The Ukraine war briefing. Putin, not yet. Let's see. Putin yet to retaliate for full force over Operation Spiderweb. Officials say. Let's see.
Not Operation Spiderweb.
Yeah, Spiderweb, man. They must be sending Peter Parker or something. Maybe it's Miles Morales. I don't know. It depends on what they want to do. Diplomat predicts huge, vicious, and unrelenting assault through a Russia expert thinks Moscow is unable to escalate much beyond current level of attacks. What we know on day 1,200 and won. And I've been saying since the beginning, they're not leaving anytime soon. They're not. They stayed in Afghanistan 8 years before they gave that up. So,
and that's Afghanistan. I mean, shit.
Right. That was half a world away. Well, I mean, I say half a world away from them. They're half a world away from us, but it's a good distance from Russia too. So
yeah,
I mean, it's.
I mean, why not invade Ukraine and stay there for a while? So
thank you very much, Das Wolfen. He says Fred Thompson was a senator. There you go.
Yep.
But yeah, we got to keep our attention on this. I want to make sure people understand that is still going on over there. It doesn't seem to be the money laundering thing, but at this point, because it's a different administration now. Our guy has tried to get involved in fixing this, but neither side wants to fix it right now.
That's too much water going on the bridge now. So, I mean, that thing's just going. Until those leaders get together and decide how they're going to resolve that thing, it's just going to keep on going.
Mm-hmm. And Tim called too that he was a senator. Thank you, Tim. Juliet says, good evening from jolly old England. That's where she's at. Tim says Afghanistan was on the USSR border at the time. Yeah, it was. But anyway, don't look for this to end anytime soon. But at least Trump has gotten a mineral deal with them, so we're gonna get some money back out of this deal. We're gonna get some kind of resources back out of it. So it's still a scrape that needs to end. It just does. But they've got a border with each other. It's an old Soviet satellite. I don't know. My brother and I served during the Cold War. We're never going to trust the Russians anyway, just because of that time.
Even with the mineral rights deal, there's no guarantee that that little guy over there will say, you know what, I'm not going to hold to that deal. I'll cut that off on you. That's a bargaining chip he could use on the United States now to squeeze. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's another side of that coin. So, it's just a scrape over there, and I can't believe it's still going, but it's still going, and it's serving somebody's purpose. I don't know who it is, but we may never know. But a lot of innocents are still dying because of it.
We know this much: the Bidens made a lot of money off of it. They did. So, okay. Next up, this was a tragic story. This happened shortly after we got done with the show last week. Boulder attack. Suspects charged with federal hate crime. Said he wanted to kill all Zionist people.
Wow.
This guy came in here with Molotov cocktails, burned himself in the process, as off these morons do. Luckily, he didn't get to let loose the big guns. He had something that was akin to a homemade flamethrower that was full of gas that he was planning on using on his photos.
He's just an idiot. So,
well, people on Sunday afternoon attack, and you just hate to see this stuff, man. It's racially motivated. You can't say it else. I mean, he wanted to kill all Zionists. This guy.
I used to think, where's all the hate coming from? It's always been there. It's just that we have the social media outlets now that we can really see it happening all over the globe now. It's not in the dark anymore. It's out for everybody to see.
Mm-hmm. It's always been
have
there.
that kind of hate in them. I don't get it, man.
Yeah, I mean, we all want good things for our people and stuff like that, and why we can't work together towards it is beyond me. But hey, I've always been that guy that subscribes to where is it? You know what one of my favorite memes is?
There you go.
Government's worst fear is all of us being together, but they're going to keep trying to shove us apart. So just don't buy into it, guys. And the thing I hate is, young people seem really susceptible to this stuff. They really do.
Well, we've dumbed down the society, right? Look what we've done to our educational system.
We've got several stories about that tonight, don't we, Dan?
Crazy,
oh my God. Yeah.
But that's what you get.
Okay, well, let's go through the timeline. We know what the big story is this week. It's the breakup of the bromance of Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It started with Musk calls Trump's big tax break bill a disgusting abomination, testing his influence over the GOP. And I'm just going to go through the headlines here. If you want to stop and talk about any of them, Dan, go for it. He's talking about the bill and getting rid of it. And he starts on social media. Of course, Trump tells Musk has lost his mind. The CEO's dad says, make sure this fizzles out. Yeah, this is crazy, man.
The thing that's happening here is all this stuff is being said in the media, which both of these egotistical people are just not going to let go. So they're going to one up each other. So,
yeah.
And that's it. What's going on with that picture over there, man? What's happening over there?
Oh my God! Is she checking her oil? What the hell's going on there? Let's move on.
I lost my train of thought.
Musk says Trump would have lost the 2024 election without him. That's kind of that's pure narcissism right there, bro.
There you go.
It is.
I mean, they touted themselves as this power broker team, right? They're just powerful guys getting together and going to change the world and Doge and this, and that, and the other. And a lot of people voted for that ticket, you know?
Yep. And then we got Elon Musk says Trump is in Epstein files, which is why they hadn't been made public.
There you go.
And then he dumped the tweet afterwards.
There you go.
People speculate that this might be what this is all about. That they're playing 4D chess and they're actually playing at this to try and get them to release I
think it's two children with big egos.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, just look at this one. I mean, Elon Musk threatened, then walked back a decision to decommission SpaceX Dragon's spacecraft for Trump hit at his business. I mean, the guys on the space station got to be going, yo, bro, could you come get us before you
don't send Boeing up here to pick us up, man.
Please don't send Boeing to come get us.
Man, don't do that to us, bro. I'd rather parachute down than freaking go to Boeing.
Oh my God, man. But yeah, this is just, I mean, the sad thing is this is comical, but this is actually two leaders of industry.
Yep.
One of them is the president of the United States. Now, I've got to say, Trump he's basically just being himself, though. But about all he said is he's thinking about selling his Tesla. You know what I mean? About all he said.
For the president of the United States, that's a huge hit, right? So,
right,
I mean,
right.
That saying the guy's unhinged, he's calling him crazy in the media, and I mean. These two guys right here. I mean, and then there's a large swath of people that voted for this ticket because Elon Musk, was being part of that team, and now it's exploded. I mean, it's just ridiculous, right? So,
yeah, he was only supposed to be there for about 3 months, which it was about 4 months he was there,
and that's fine and all. But now you've got all this other trash happening now,
right? And it's here's the thing: I always tell people if you want to know the source of these things, follow the money. And when you follow the money on this one, if you read all those articles and check it out, this actually looks like it started whenever Trump dropped the EV mandate for the government contracts to lean into the electric vehicle thing, which would be a big loss to Tesla.
Sure. Absolutely.
So
you don't
that probably has a lot to do with it. Yeah. That probably has a lot to do with Elon losing his shit.
Don't mess with the money. These are powerful people, man. And one phrase from the president of the United States can affect stock prices. It can affect everything.
Yeah.
And Trump knows that.
Yeah.
He knows that better than anybody.
And you know what? We were talking earlier this week, guys. We prepare for the show all week long, and we send articles to each other. And I believe I told you in one of the things I sent you, I said this happens all the time. People write books when they leave the White House, and they don't get along when they leave and stuff like that. And they write tell-all books and shit. The difference in this case is the guy that left this time has a huge social media presence. He owns his own friggin' platform, and he can blast it all over the place.
Sure.
That's the big difference here. So, but yeah, this is nothing new. People that leave government, sometimes they like to kick rocks on the way out. Das Wolfen says Elon said he didn't mind if they get rid of the mandate if they got rid of the oil company subsidies. Well, that's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. So anyway, I hope these guys put down the friggin' guns and stuff here pretty quick. But this all shifted yesterday, and it was pretty late. I got wind of it yesterday. With the protests against ICE in Los Angeles. And as of today, the National Guard now has boots on the ground in Los Angeles after immigration protests turned violent. Now, let me go over here real quick. I do want to show some of the footage that I bookmarked on X real fast. And you know what, Dan? I forgot to promote my social media before.
Why don't you do it right now then, dude?
Well, I can do it shortly. I do want to finish this. Maybe we'll do it between segments. That's what we'll do. But guys, I want you to see this stuff here. And let me mute it on my end so I don't have to listen to it. But yeah, we've got video all over the place on X on what's going on in Los Angeles. You see here, they're using fireworks. A lot of this stuff. They're shooting stuff off and things. They were burning cars and stuff. We've got the ICE guys trying to get control of some crowds there earlier in the afternoon. And then we've got them actually assaulting the front of an ICE containment center with fireworks and stuff. So yeah, things got a little out of hand there. And one thing that really stood out to me over all of this was when you read the articles that we have up here, guys, the thing that kills me about this is that if I can get this thing to react the way I want it to here. There we go. Immigration protests. Trump doesn't rule out sending in active duty Marines to California. Here's the thing. When you read these articles, it says that Donald Trump has sent in the National Guard. Why isn't Gavin Newsom doing it? He's the commander-in-chief of the National Guard.
If you read the articles, he did not feel like it was required or needed at this time. That is his position. I mean, I don't know what else has to happen. Maybe somebody gets killed, maybe, and then maybe you send it. But he's neglecting his post from where I'm standing. That's way out of control, man. I don't even know what's going on there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's well, what it is that it happened after some operations that ICE was running there in Los Angeles, and there's a huge Hispanic population there.
Well, yeah, was it Paramount? I think it's just if you read the article, I think it's just right south of Los Angeles proper.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, huge Latino population. Look, if they want to be upset with somebody, look at the previous administration with the open borders. Mm-hmm. Now, this administration is trying to get this under control. We've got a lot of bad elements in our freaking country now, and somebody shit the bed. Now this administration is trying to clean it up, mm-hmm. and these images and photos where they're just running around and just tearing shit up, and toting the Mexican flag. I'm like, mm-hmm. Look, if you don't want to be here, go right back. Go back to Mexico.
Look, we talked pregame. We're both Irish.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd fly the Irish flag if it was St. Patty's Day, right?
Day. I would do that.
Celebrating our heritage, right? Yeah.
But out in front of our house, you're going to see the American flag. Good, mm-hmm. bad, or indifferent, we're going to have it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And those images right there are disturbing to me. And yeah, it's warranted to have the National Guard out there and get order, because there are, good people in that area that don't want to live in a fucking war zone.
No, they don't.
That's why the National Guard, the police have tried and they can't get it under control. I mean, look at the image of what these people were doing. With they're blocking the buses coming out. They're mm-hmm. throwing rocks. It looked like Northern Ireland back in the day.
Yeah, it's sad, and you know, I'm
But that's not
wondering
the entire
who's
population.
supplying all the damn bricks, dude. Every time one of these things pops off, there's always pallets of bricks to be found somewhere. You know, like they knew it was coming. I mean,
Agitators,
I hate to put my
man.
tinfoil hat on, but you know, shit, it happens all the time.
Well, I'm sure that's the government. Look, Newsom probably, like you said,
yeah, he wants
probably
this
have a
to go on.
timeline of what was going to happen, and let's get the bricks in order. And then I'm not going to call out the National Guard, but you know, we've got a president now that's got some scruples and is paying attention and sees this and says, okay, well, you're not doing anything. I'm going to invoke my powers, which he does have.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't happened since, what did I say, 1965 was the last time?
Yeah, it was during the Civil Rights Movement.
Right.
I think it had to do with Alabama, the governor of Alabama, right?
LBJ called out the National Guard so they could protect the people entering the schools. But the president does have the right. Now, if the governor
he
doesn't want to get off his hands and do something, then the president can go. And he should. And well, he should, because that's a bad situation here. It's bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Das Wolfen says George Soros, ultimately NGOs attached to him were caught leaving pallets of bricks at the George Floyd riots. Yeah, we see it so many times, and it's,
you want to talk about public enemy number one, and that's freaking George Soros.
That's
you
that
talking
guy.
about a guy that's got a bad history, and that
absolutely. I don't want to get off on a tangent with that guy, but look, between segments here, my boss is letting me have the moment to go ahead and promote my stuff real quick. I have to get better at this, folks. So I want you to go by and check out JoesAtmosfere.com. That's actually a video that plays, but because we get popped a lot for videos and things like that, I have it set up to not play videos. So go by my website, JoesAtmosfere.com. You'll see a little history on me and the artwork that I do. The streaming schedule, and you'll see the beginnings of a marketplace down there. And also you'll see a thing where you can come and get commissions if you want to. And there's an email address and everything to get a hold of me for commissions. I do pencil sketch portraits. So if you ever need that special gift, just go ahead and shoot me an email and we will set it up. I ship anywhere. I sent my first shipment to Canada a couple of years ago when I did Kristen DeLorme's. So anyway, you guys go check out JoesAtmosfere.com whenever you can. Okay. Also, I want you to go check out my Subscribe Star if you want to see the what's going on with the channel and some behind the exclusive behind the scenes stuff on the comic book. You can go and see all the pages that I have already plotted out for the Privateers comic book. The whole first issue is there. So you guys can go check it out whenever you want to. The stuff you see me work on the show, it's already done up, and you can see it right there on my Subscribe Star page. So go check that out. All the artwork, you can see it for $5, and the written word, the plots for the comic books and stuff, you can see for $1. So if you want to support the channel, that's a great way to do it. Go check out my Subscribe Star. And then we need you to follow me and give me a sub on YouTube, on Rumble, on Twitch, and on Kick. Those are my 4 video platforms I do. I also put the videos out on X and on Facebook. Let's see, where's my Facebook page? There it is right there. So go check that out whenever you got a chance, guys. And give me a follow and a subscribe and all that good stuff. Okay, look, boss, I get it. I got to get back to the show. I understand. I really wish you'd just get off my butt. I really did.
Yo.
He said it's time for the jockstrap, Dan.
Word.
That's what he said. He said it's time for the jockstrap. It's time to check out a different kind of millionaire trying to sway us to do certain things and stuff. But this millionaire, these millionaires, we don't take serious. We actually laugh at them when they try and get
in the face.
Because they do shit like this, I swear to God, Cut Daddy got slapped around his entire career, didn't he, Dan?
Disrespected, bro.
Disrespected. I think I told you that.
Unrealized.
That unrealized. That's great. That's from Twisters, right?
Yes,
that was God, I don't know what that actor's name is, but he's always great in everything he does. He always plays the asshole. Yeah, he's great. But anyway, we got the NHL to start off with, my brother's favorite sport, and he is happy to report that Florida stole one on Edmonton's ice last time out. What did they play last night?
Yeah, dude.
Or did they play Friday?
They played Friday.
Yeah. Should have been Friday. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's 1-1, and now home ice switches back to Florida, the champs. The little ball of hate. You know, I love that he's doing well. He's having a great playoff. Really is. He scored 2 in that game. He scored a shorty, and then he scored the winning goal in overtime.
He got a shorthanded goal. God, I love that when they do that shit. That's awesome.
I think he has the record for most shorthanded goals in the NHL.
Wow.
In the history of the NHL. The guy has just got a knack for knowing when to break ice.
Right?
He did it all the time for Boston. All the time.
If you guys don't know what that means they're on a penalty kill. They've got one less skater than the other team, and he scores anyway. That's pretty good because you're supposed to be playing defense the whole time on that. So,
but he scores the winning goal in overtime, and it switches back to Florida now. So Florida has a chance if they hold home ice. They could close it out here, but Edmonton is not going to go away.
No,
I think this is going to go 7 again. They're really evenly matched.
So Florida, what do you think of this? These two teams, are they the two best teams in the NHL? They've played each other 2 years in a row now.
Yes.
So
yes,
there's
no doubt. Edmonton is they're loaded, skilled. They're just loaded. They got probably the face of the NHL playing on their team, Connor McDavid, who is just, I don't know if you've ever seen any footage on him. You want to talk about lightning fast? I mean, there's a lot of fast guys on the ice. He makes them all look like they're standing in mud. That guy's amazing. But that's another level of athlete. So but Edmonton is loaded, and Florida is just, they're deep and they're physical, and it's an interesting matchup because it's two contrasting styles. But I still like Florida.
Edmonton is more of a finesse team.
Yeah. But I do like I still like Florida in 7.
Yeah. We'll see what happens, man. Yeah. Okay, the other finals going on right now, one I'm not even paying attention to, but I do like the fact that Indiana is up 1 game.
Yes.
On the OKC Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm pulling for the Pacers in this thing, man. They've never won a championship. I'd love to see it, man. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see we got 2 new teams in the you know what? No, I don't give a shit. NBA is just terrible. So I don't care. Pacers, I'm trying to pump it up like, oh, man, it's good to see 2 new teams in there. Nobody's watching it. Nobody's watching it.
Yeah, they said the ratings for this is pretty low.
Nobody's watching. Yeah. So if I was watching and if I give a shit, I would be pulling for the Pacers. Yeah, so. Well,
his favorite basketball player of all time is from that state. So
yeah. Hick
he was the head coach, and I think he was an executive of the front office for Indiana at one point, wasn't he?
General manager.
He's probably part owner of the team too, if I had to wager a guess.
But so if I cared, I would be pulling for Indiana Pacers. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Before we get too far from the NHL, Das Wolfen says, even though the Blues went out the first round, I'm pulling for Florida just so a Canadian team doesn't win the Lord Stanley's Cup. Thank you very much.
Well said.
USA.
Well said.
Well
said. Well spoken.
Well said. Well spoken, Das Wolfen. No doubt. Okay. Well, that's the playoff news. I can tell you which team isn't going to go far in the playoffs this year, and that's the guys that just hired Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, the Steelers.
$20 billion.
Finally decides he's not going to retire and signs a $20 million contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers, boys and girls. I guess he got $20 million because of his stellar play over the last 2 years, wouldn't you say, Dan?
Yeah, it's been amazing to watch his run. Jeez. I thought he retired a couple of years ago. God,
He
whatever,
actually
man.
didn't play. He didn't play in any OTAs yet, and has actually rooked another franchise out of millions of dollars.
I'm surprised that the Steelers are bringing this guy in.
Well, he's got him over a barrel. They don't have a quarterback, Dan. They don't have one. They haven't had one since Ben Roethlisberger left that joint, man.
Is Fields there, right? The guy they got?
No.
No?
Fields is in, I believe he's in Indianapolis. I believe.
Wow. They lost,
No. He went somewhere else, though.
they lost both their
Let me
quarterbacks.
look it up for you real quick. I will do that real fast, like.
I thought he was still there.
No, Fields is gone, dude. Yeah.
So that Fields and Wilson both are gone.
Both gone. Wilson's with the Giants.
That's a great plan that they have there in Pittsburgh. It's a great plan.
Yep.
Maybe
Let's
I get Big Ben to come back out of retirement, dude.
Yeah. Let's see. Justin Fields, American football player. He is. Let's see.
He is.
In failure. Yes. He is close in failure. He's with the New York Jets. He's Rodgers' replacement in New York, sir. That's where he's at. He's with the Jets. Yes. Yeah, man. Das Wolfen says you're 20, 25, 2 and 15 Pittsburgh Steelers. Hell yeah, dude. Not happy that he is in the Steelers arena. I understand,
I'm
Connie.
surprised.
You must
I'm
be a
surprised.
Steelers faithful.
I'm
Look,
surprised.
the guy's going to play. Look, if they get back to playing Steelers football, he can be effective because what they used to do before Ben got there was they pounded the rock and they played good defense. And the quarterback, all they had to do was throw it deep whenever they drop the safety down in the box. If they can get back to that formula, this guy can be really effective. But this diva is going to have him spread wide, 5 wide receivers, and trying to catch people with snap counts and all that stuff. And he just doesn't have it anymore. And
I'm surprised that Pittsburgh put themselves in that position where they had to go get Aaron Rodgers for their quarterback.
Right. Yeah. Mason Rudolph they just re-signed him from the Browns to be the backup. He's been the guy pitching it around in OTAs, and we know how great that guy is, right?
Sounds like a great plan the Pittsburgh Steelers have, which is
yeah, they don't have
strange.
a plan at quarterback.
Strange.
They really don't.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah,
Whatever, man.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But hey, I guess you got to do something to sell tickets, right?
Look, the Saints are no better off. I mean, they've got 2 just unknowns, at the quarterback position. So
yeah, what scares me about that one is, Dan, is your new head coach going to try and go get Cousins from Atlanta, or do you think he's going to go ahead and roll with what he's got?
I think he's going to go with what he's got.
I think he should roll with what he's got because this year wasn't a good quarterback crop. The guy that they do have that they can start day one has seen a lot of change in his career and still playing at a high level. So, he might be able to mold that guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name.
Rattler?
No. The guy that drafted this year.
Oh,
the guy that played for 3 different schools in college.
I don't even know his name. I mean, he's got a lot of raw talent there. So it'll be interesting to see who wins that battle. I think they're going to, if I was them, I would go with Rattler at the beginning of the season. But I think head coach is really high on that guy he drafted. Yeah. And I think eventually that guy will be their guy. So,
yeah. So we'll see how it plays out, man. We'll see how it plays out. But I don't think Cousins is.
At least we don't have Aaron Rodgers at the trigger.
No, you don't have Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers, dude, he kind of, you might want to beat the shit out of him when you see him again.
Oh, I saw what he said to freaking.
You saw what he said about, I don't want to play in Louisiana, I think is what he said exactly. He didn't say New Orleans.
So fuck that dude, man.
He said he didn't want to play in Louisiana. I was like, dude, really?
I know who Aaron Rodgers is, man.
And you were the puss. Always bled.
There's your boy Matt from Small Time Republic. He comes through with the name. Tyler Show is the Saints rookie quarterback. Yeah,
right.
That's the guy. I just couldn't remember his name for anything. But he's
Louisville,
different, several different teams. He's used to change, so he should be able to take it. Let's see what else is going on in the jockstrap. We have a few stories in the jockstrap this week. Girls track and field athletes don't stand on podium next to trans athlete at Oregon State Championship. The two girls were praised on social media. And the social media we're talking about is right here on X. It says, watch this. Two female athletes in Oregon refused to stand on the podium because a boy was awarded a place. Girls have had enough. This is it right here. They just decided, no, we're not going to be up there.
No, I mean, come on. I don't believe it. They trained their whole life to get to a certain level, and then this is thrown on them. You want to talk about putting the ladies back? This, in my mind, does. It shouldn't even be happening.
No, it shouldn't. I've said it several times. If they want, look, if transgenders want to compete in athletics, give them their own division.
Yep.
And they can beat the hell out of each other.
You want to be fair and balanced. That's the way you do.
Balanced. There you go. That's it. Let's see. Next up, I love this because, look, we don't report on this a lot, but me and Danny played tennis growing up. That was one of our favorite sports. We used to play it all the time. And love to see this. Coco Gauff wins French Open with thrilling comeback against world's number one Ariana Sablenka in women's final at the French Open. Now, what I love about the French Open is they play on clay. And if you guys have never watched these guys play on clay, it slips sliding away. If you don't have a good foundation, you are going to be sliding all over the place on this clay, man. It's a tough surface.
If you're not used to playing on clay, that is a tough surface to get used to. You just have there's a technique involved there, and she beat the number one player in the world, and a young person there from the United States handling business. So congratulations to her.
Yep. It's awesome. I love it, man. It's fantastic. Okay, next up, we've got the winner of the Belmont Stakes is the winner of the Kentucky Derby. The Sovereignty wins it. Defeats Journalism again to take the 157th running of the Belmont Stakes. So I guess Sovereignty claims the 66.66666 repeating crown.
Yeah, they don't give a crown for that. It's called the Triple Crown, not the 2/3 crown or the almost got it crown. No.
Right? The almost got it crown.
Sorry.
But these were definitely the two best horses this year. So kudos to Sovereignty for winning the Belmont Stakes. Let's see. Ariel says, but then how will how will guys be able to get medals? They would actually have to compete. Yeah, I know, Ariel. Yeah, that's why I say give them their own. Let them compete against each other. You know what I mean? Definitely, that's what I like. Good to see you, Ariel. Good to see you. This is tailor-made for my brother. I'm going to let him read the headline. Go for it, dude.
3 former Cowboy players arrested in span of days. That's what's up, dude. I love
the arrests all took place within a span of 72 hours.
72 hours. The cow flops are out there getting arrested, man.
The first one was former defensive lineman Greg Hardy, reportedly arrested on Wednesday for allegedly assaulting a family member. Let's see. The next one, on Saturday, ex-defensive back Pac-Man Jones was reportedly arrested on Saturday and charged with both disorderly conduct and public intoxication.
Yeah.
And the last one, former defensive back Kevin Joseph was arrested in connection with a fatal car accident on Saturday night. Oh my God.
Man.
Not Pac-Man again, Dan. No, tell me it ain't so, bro.
The only way the cow flock can make any headlines anymore, dude, is on the blotter.
The blotter.
The blotter, man. Yeah, Pac-Man Jones, a great player, but you talk about a train wreck personally.
Yeah. He is. Yeah.
Look, the thing is about some of these players, once they get away from the structure of the NFL life and they're left to themselves, then you see their true personality come out.
Mm-hmm.
People just don't do well, man. So
yeah, it's a shame. It really is.
Well,
I hate it for some of these guys, man, because a lot of people helped them to get where they're at. You know what I mean? And to dishonor them the way some of these guys do, it's
well, I mean, it's who you surround yourself with, right? So
That's why I was, it's funny you say that. Who you surround yourself with. You remember what happened to Ray Lewis when he got charged with contempt of court and all that good stuff around the Atlanta murder?
Yeah.
One of the things the NFL did to him, and it made him, in my opinion, a better person. It was a great comeback story for him. They made him tour college campuses and talk to them about who you bring with you to the next level.
Yep.
And I always thought that was a great punishment for him that made him a much better individual.
Michael Vick, I don't know if he had to do the same thing, but
yeah,
all of his legal problems directly stem from the people he had around him. You know?
Absolutely. Let's see, before we get out of here, Ariel Ballet says, well, with how journalism is being done today, I'm sure everything would be journalism. Yeah, right. Yikes. Pac-Man Jones stole from his teammates in the locker room. Wow. That's Matt. That's horrible. This guy, yeah, he's always been a bad seed. Always has been. What is it with the Bengals, Dan? They've always got one guy on the roster that's a head case that fucks with everyone.
All the NFL teams have those guys on the roster. It's just some teams are better at covering up.
It seems to be a magnification point on the Bengals, though. I mean, there's always one guy that's a head case that messes with everybody. Yeah, I feel bad for them and all their money. Yeah, I hear you. I'm just saying, look, I know a lot of guys that are involved in sports, and yeah, they live in a different place. If you're good athletically at something, you're gonna get helped along, no doubt. And I don't know if they're doing these guys favors doing that. I really don't. So.
But that's how they do it.
Yeah.
Real quick, judge made a ruling that's opened the door for universities to have budgets and pay athletes, in college.
I did see that story. Actually paying athletes themselves.
And they will have a cap, and there will be some. To me, I don't like that idea at all. But I still say that if they're going to be making this money, they need to be giving up those scholarships. Almost lost my base. They need to be giving up those scholarships.
Yes, they do. To people that, if you're going to get paid, you lose your scholarship. I'm down with that. But you know what this pay thing's going to do? That means that the Texas Longhorns are going to be playing Notre Dame every year in the friggin' national championship. I mean, the rich are going to get richer with something like that. You know what I'm saying?
You're going to see the big universities still stay at the top.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it's going to go. So
it is. Okay, look, boss, do you have to, man? Relax. All right. It's time for the flicks, bro.
The flicks. My love is
get in there and see what's going on in Hollywood and all the other pop culture things, man. It's time to get in there and see what's up. See what's up with Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd's awesome.
Our personal hero, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd's the man, dude.
Let's get in there and see what's going on with everything. Of course, this could be dominated by a certain story. I think everybody knows what I'm alluding to, but that's just part of the story. But anyway, we always like to start this one with the numbers over the weekend. Lilo and Stitch still at number one. I knew this was going to happen. It's a kid's movie. Everybody's going to see this thing. 32 million for that one this weekend. Second up is From the World of John Wick. Ballerina makes 25 million in its debut weekend. And it knocks off Mission Impossible 3 as number 8. Actually, Final Reckoning. Yeah, I'm hitting the wrong thing here. It knocks it down to number 3 from number 2, and then the Karate Kid Legends. Actually, it looks like it's holding firm. It's got a drop off, but people actually went to see it this week. And Final Destination keeps piling up the money for a horror film. It's just nuts how much money that particular film is making right now.
I'll tell you something, that Lilo and Stitch. That's not necessarily just a kid's movie, because there's a lot of. I know Kayla. She grew up and she likes that character. And she's not a kid, and so they've already established a large population that are now going to see that movie.
Yes, and it's a few years later, and the people that have kids now saw the original as kids, and they're going to see it. They thought that maybe with Mission Impossible coming out the same weekend as that one, that the parents would drop off the kids and go see Mission Impossible. The parents are going with them to see that movie.
Yep.
They are. Because they saw it when they were kids, right? So pretty smart play by Disney there. But anyway, yeah, we've only got one story on the main part of the flicks tonight, and it's this strange story about Jonathan Josh, the King of the Hill and Parks and Recreation actor, dead at 59 after shooting. He was apparently shot by a neighbor, but this guy was acting very, very strange. A fire it had burned down his house. I believe a pet was killed and
dog was killed.
It's a very strange story here, and it also looks like it might have been a hate crime before it's all over with. We don't know. I'll be keeping an eye on this, but it's very strange. A lot of things really weird happened in this story. Go check out the articles on it. They don't really know what the motivation was for the neighbor to shoot him. But he was definitely acting.
I think you were going to find out it's going to be a hate crime on that deal. I think that's they killed their dog, shot this guy in the head, right in front of his husband.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a terrible story. Really
weird. It's Ariel Ballet says they screwed the finish to the live action version compared to the animated one. Yeah, I keep hearing that complaint. Apparently the film has a certain theme and they went against it in the end of the live action version. I've heard that. I wouldn't know, but I have heard that, Ariel. Let's see. Das Wolfen says Josh was a head case. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Dan. We need to get some more information about this because by all accounts, him and his neighbors had problems, man, because he
that may be true, but that's no reason to burn somebody's house down, shoot somebody, and kill their dog. Kill their dog,
right? Oh, that's some John Wick's level shit right there.
Just a level of hatred you just don't see very often, man.
It's kind of crazy.
Why you kill the dog, man? What the dog do?
Come on, what the dog do to you, bro?
See how bad we are? We can understand if they killed the guy, burned the house down. That's cool.
But don't kill the mutt.
What are you killing the dog for, man? Send him to the gallows, bro, for that shit.
You're going to the Hooskow. All right, boys and girls. We can't get out of the flicks, though, without covering the big story in the flicks. Has been for the last few weeks running. It's the Diddy Files, boys and girls. Time to get out the baby oil. Get out the
here we go.
Get out the date grape stuff and whatever they call it, whatever that acronym is for that stuff you knock people out with.
Fabulous.
Time to get down with it. Yeah, it's time to get. Well, there's no party like a Diddy party, bro.
No party like a Diddy party, dude.
Ariel Ballet. Maybe the neighbor was protecting themselves and Josh kind of went off the rails and burned down his own house. Yeah, that's the thing, Dan. It looks like he may have. He said he caused the fire. That's the thing.
Who killed the dog, man? That's all I give a shit about.
I know.
Dog.
Yeah. Who killed? Yeah.
That
you mean the Bill Cosby mood? Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But anyway, let's get into the Diddy Files, boys and girls.
Diddy Files.
You know what we got going on here. Diddy trial recap. Former assistant Mia says Diddy sexually assaulted her. She feared he'd kill Cassie. I mean, look,
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that.
Oh my God. He found a way to sneak it in there.
I was waiting for that one, bro.
Sean Diddy Combs, security officer, says he paid the hotel to hand over the video. Jury hears that one. 50 Cent has decided to make sure that Mr. Trump, there was a rumor that Trump was thinking about, pardoning him. And 50 Cent says, nah, let me play you this video of him bagging on you real quick. He went and released.
That's
exactly, man. Exactly. 50 Cent's like, nah, we need to keep him under wraps, man. Once again about the security guard, $100,000 for the video. Jamie Foxx weighs in on the Sean Diddy Combs rape and sex trafficking trial. A nasty motherfucker, he's calling him. And we know what that's about, right, Dan?
But was Fox ever seen to be at any of these parties?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if that's the case or not. But you know, the rumor
was
was
not
that he
Video at
poisoned
one
him.
of those parties. I thought
So,
said
yeah, I'm sure he went to one of his parties.
he's just distancing himself. But yeah, I think the rumor is that because of the knowledge he has on Diddy tried to kill him. You know,
that strange illness that he couldn't comment on for a long time, you know, and everything. Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. Let's see. Ariel says, so how much are these women wanting to get from the diddler? Yeah, exactly. Hylunder, he's like, of course. Come on, Ariel. There was white guys there too. Justin Timberlake jumps to mind. But anyway,
Leonardo was the big dog.
yeah, Leonardo's the big dog that was there, right? Diddy could be ousted from courtroom for attempting to influence jurors during trial. I mean, dude, I guess he's just trying to get a mistrial at this point. Is that what it is? Because you know,
I don't know. You know, look,
they've released so much stuff on this guy that wow,
he's up against it, man. He's got
yeah, he is, and you know,
but
if you
again, we
throw
go
him a
back
rope,
to are they
probably
proving
take it.
their case? Are they proving their case? You know, so
Yeah,
I don't know what the parameters are. You know, as far as you know, in association to the charges that he's facing. So I don't know what they have to do to prove all that. I know Rico's involved, but I don't know how you build that. I don't know anything about those, you know, the nuts and bolts of it.
Well, the Rico case, this is the same thing that got Capone, okay? And what Rico does is it says that if you get caught at one thing, or I think it's two, then you can be charged with all of it.
That's a large net out there instead of
a large
using
conspiracy.
scalpel.
Yeah. So let's see. Thought the IRS got Capone. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They got him under the RICO law. They proved that he wasn't paying his taxes, and this is why he wasn't, and it was because of RICO. That's how they got him. Absolutely correct. Okay, so come on, boss. Really? I mean, we were having fun talking about the Diddy files, man. You just got to make yourself heard, don't you?
Yo.
So it's time for earthquakes, bro.
Earthquakes, quaking of the earth.
It's time. It's time to check out what's going on around the world.
That's just ridiculous, man.
Paper mache buildings. That's what you're gonna get, bro. Sorry,
Tell me, man.
You know.
I apologize, everybody. My nose is running. I can hardly even freaking talk with all the snot that's going on in my nose and my vocal cords.
It's summertime in Dallas. Yeah, that's what's going on with Dan. He's dying over there.
No
but
doubt.
You know what?
But we
will endeavor to persevere. Yes, we thought about it, and then we decided to declare war on the United States.
Declare war on the United States.
All right. Let's see. Smuggled North Korean phone reveals extreme censorship surveillance. Screenshots every 5 minutes. These devices are embedded with tools that aim to enforce the state's ideology, perpetuate the hate campaign against neighboring South Korea. Wow, man. Unbelievable. Imagine that out of King
Flat Top. Chubby Flat Top.
What do they call him? Oh God, Winnie the Pooh. That's what they compare him to all the way. Ariel talking about your snot says, "Wow, sexy Dan."
Amazing, right?
All right, let's see what's next up here.
I considered putting down some vocals on this new album, but I can't freaking sing because snot.
Come off sounding like Golem.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
sound like
terrifying footage shows tourists fleeing epic volcanic eruption. I mean, I don't know if you saw this or not, but
that is why I would not visit any kind of active volcano.
This is Mount Etna in Sicily. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play the sound, but I will shoot the video real quick and show you what these people saw. It's Need to get away from that as quickly as possible, right?
That is exactly why I would not go visit a volcano. Because at any time it can erupt, right? And there you go. Hot lava.
Hey, when you think you've got the world by the balls, Mother Nature will set you straight on who's the boss. No doubt.
Are you
Just
telling
ask the
me
people of
Jesus Christ,
Pompeii?
Well,
Is that crazy, man? Good
it is
Lord.
crazy.
That is nuts. But anyway,
that thermal, man. That thermal was killer. That
yeah,
thermal
you like that?
video.
Yeah, the thermal graphics. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. And I did have this video as well. This is Mount Etna. This was shot as somebody was fleeing it.
As several people were fleeing.
Yeah. Is that crazy, man?
No way.
Why would you get? I mean, people do it all the time in Hawaii. You'll see them standing right close to magma flow. It's
well, those islands are just like several volcanoes active anyway, right? So I don't know.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
You want to get up and close and personal? There you go. You were right there when it happened.
Mother Nature at work. Mother Nature wasn't at work here though. Record haul of cocaine found inside plush toys at Sri Lanka airport. Woman arrested. Record amount. What is 22 pounds? 22 pounds in plush toys. Wow. It made me think of
cocaine.
Yeah.
Cocaine in kids' toys, man. That's just
Yale. Get to Yale.
A whole level of.
Get to Yale. I tell you, it reminds me of that movie with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines, Running Scared. The nun and the priest were unwitting mules because the crafts they were bringing in, the solid pieces had cocaine in them. It was pretty neat. Let's see. Well, Mount Etna is kind of right there. Not like people living around it has room to run, no doubt. Etna released 10% of all the carbon that mankind generates in a year on that eruption. Yeah, that's that statement right there says a lot about the global warming thing right there, guys. I mean, hey, we're really not the biggest cause of it. I would have stayed and been screaming, "This is all you got. This is all you got."
Like Lieutenant Dan.
Yep. There's all this stuff. Let's see. Why is it pink? I don't know. Maybe that's the color of the stuffing or something. Maybe they're trying to throw them off. Did they color code it so it would match the toy? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know why it was color coded. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, this idiot right here. I think they've caught this guy now. I'm not sure, but boy, they got to be one step closer now. They did.
I know they caught another guy in South Louisiana, but I don't know if they've caught this guy yet.
Not they caught this guy. Massey posts video to Instagram as manhunt enters third week. I was let out, he says, when he's clearly shown on camera running from the place.
I was let out.
He did this on Instagram. Now the house he did it at was raided and he was gone already. But wow, man, that's just absolutely crazy, isn't it? That's nuts.
I mean, the
what
guy's
a
got
dumbass.
tats,
Why would you do that?
Very recognizable tats all over his face.
Matt said it's okay because Mount Etna bought some carbon credits. It can release all the carbon. Yeah, he's got tats all over his face that makes him easily recognizable. And yes, we saw him running in the video.
Somebody's helping him out. That's the only way he's still staying at large, man, because he's totally recognizable. That's for sure.
Well, apparently that's not the only prison that had a break. Prison officials let inmates out of their cells due to earthquake tremors in Pakistan, and 216 managed to flee, officials say.
They were let out, Joe John. They were just let out.
They were let out because of an earthquake to make sure that they didn't die in their cells. And all of a sudden,
I was let out.
they lost containment, and 216 got
Dude.
right. They were definitely let out. They can use that argument, can't they? Um, that's crazy. Oh my
Muchas
God.
gracias.
Oh my God. The ad I was about to put up there probably would have got me flagged. All right. Two Chinese nationals charged with smuggling potential agroterrorism fungus into U.S. Department of Justice says authorities said it was in connection with work at the University of Michigan. What is up with the University of Michigan, man? You got that coach on the football team doing shit with minors and stuff, and now you got this. What if you guys haven't heard about this story? These guys were bringing this in their carry-on bags, and this stuff was wrapped in some napkins and stuff. And it's a freaking fungus that could grow and just wipe out a bunch of people. It's I look, usually when you're transporting this stuff, it's under guard basically, and two Chinese nationals are moving it in here.
Okay,
I mean,
so,
we're hearing.
Look, we're in the United States. We invite foreigners to our country. Go to university. As long as you have the right credentials and have gone through the legal process, you can come in and out of the country. This shows a weakness in our scanning. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So how long have they been bringing this stuff in? How is it able to get to where it was getting? So, through this, we'll come up with a better system, I would imagine, on how to detect this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's when you invite people from, hostile countries, Chinese is not on our friends list. You run the risk, and it's usually somebody that's a terrorist or whatever does real damage. They were a pillar of the community, right? Salt of the earth. Never saw that coming. So, here in the United States, as long as you go through the legal process, you can come in and out of the country. And we just, as a nation, as far as our screening process, have to do a better job. So,
Yeah, we do.
And vet better. We've got to do a better job vetting.
Absolutely. All right, we got a public service announcement here, boys and girls. Ground beef sold at Whole Foods might be contaminated with E. coli, USDA warns. What's funny to me about this is that's Whole Foods. This is supposed to be the upper crust of the grocery chains, right? This is supposed to be the natural foods place, right?
It's tainted foods now. So.
Tainted foods, yeah. Instead of Whole Foods, it's tainted foods. So yeah, definitely want to keep track of that. And if you're buying your ground beef there, you might want to think about tossing it until they get done with this.
I would imagine they've already cleared their shelves with this stuff.
Right, they should. Yeah, that's for sure. But
it's what they'll do. If we had something in our process, we would recall everything. Everything would come back and it would be destroyed. Certificates of destruction, everything would be done. So hopefully that's been done. But it's tainted foods. It's not good for them.
Tainted foods. Yep. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read this, but it's one of the dumbest headlines I've ever heard in my life. Supreme Court rules Mexico can't sue U.S. gun makers over cartel violence.
What?
I can't believe I just read that. Supreme Court, apparently Mexico is thinking about suing us because of suing U.S. gun makers over cartel violence.
Wow.
So what's next? Are they going to sue the chainsaw makers?
Machetes, whoever makes nooses, I guess, whatever killing tool that the cartel loves to use, they're just going to sue them. Stop that. So there you go.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Latino Slant is in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you.
Latino Slant.
He says, talk about the LA protests yet. Yes, we did. We talked about the National Guard being in there and that Trump has actually talked about sending in Marines, but I don't know. I just think the National Guard is a good enough step there to get things in line.
Yeah, they're good enough.
Yeah. But it's good to see you, Paulie. Always enjoy seeing you, man. Paulie's a really great YouTuber. If you're not following Latino Slant, you need to. He has got a fantastic channel. I love watching him, especially I watch him on Monday afternoons when I have a chance between shows. He has a live show there. Let's see. I'm sure it's all part of the class action lawsuit for when Mexico lost the Southwest. Oh, wow, man. That's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yes. You're welcome, buddy. Yes, you're welcome. But anyway, yeah, I thought that was a dumb headline. I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? Start up? You know what all my arguments are going to be. You're going to outlaw knives. You're going to outlaw cars. I mean, there's many ways to kill people. Okay. So
the cartels use every one of them. So yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. This one is just sad right here to think that somebody would do something like this, guys. And this is teenagers. Girl 17 dies after eating cake delivered to her home with a love note. Now, it's a long article, but this 17-year-old girl died because this girl who was jealous of her,
jealousy, that's all it is,
sent her and another person too. She's done this more than once. Her first victim didn't die, damn near died, but they got her into the hospital quick enough to where she made a full recovery. But arsenic laced cake is what she was sending them, and she did it through DoorDash, I believe. If you read the article, that's how she did it. And yeah, this girl lost her life.
Well, yeah, read the article. She picked it up herself and she delivered it herself, and she presented herself as a delivery service, which she wasn't. Okay. She's the one who wrote the note. She put the poison in there, and the young lady passed away, and her friend was in critical condition. But yeah, she's done it before. Look, if you get something delivered to your house, if you don't know where it's from, man, don't eat it. That's for sure. You know, but that's a sad story, man.
Yeah, it is.
Young
it's
people
really sad.
Them. That's just. I don't.
Yeah, good question, Ariel. She says she got her hands on arsenic. Yes, she did it all over the internet.
Got all the stuff through the internet. Everything.
Yep. Got everything through the internet. So then she's going to jail for murder, right? I would imagine so. I got to say this one that Paulie says. He says, well, the Mexican president is nuts. I don't know the Mexican president that well, but yeah, I'll take your word for it, buddy. Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, we've been seeing this one here locally because it's the state right above mine. Ex-police chief and convicted killer who escaped from an Arkansas prison has been captured, and yeah.
Because that's the scary
this
dude
guy
right
was on
there.
the run for a little bit.
Do you know how far away he was from the prison?
No.
1.5 miles.
1.5 miles away, hanging out in the woods. Yeah. This guy, yeah, it's good that they caught him. He's a POS. You know what I'm saying? He's an ex-cop who killed somebody, and he just thought he had the world by the balls.
What's my guy say? She's a terrible man.
She's a terrible man. Yeah. Let's see. Glad they got the devil of the Ozarks. Yes, they did. They got it. This story, man. Hang on one second. Let me get through here real quick. I'm gonna have to start chopping some of this down. Oh my God, yeah. This just kills me every time I see stuff like this. Experienced climber dies after 3,000-foot plummet from North America's highest peak. Now this is
well, I would imagine you plummet 3,000 feet. You're not going to survive that deal.
Yeah, and he's not the first though. That I think if you read the article, there's several people that die. I want to say on average, like every 2 or 3 years, trying to do this. It's crazy.
3,000 feet up, the oxygen is thin.
Mm-hmm.
Your decision making gets cut into probably half.
Yeah,
but there's people that dedicate their lives to these are goals that they have. So
yep, good to see you, Kay.
Something he wanted to do. So
yeah. But anyway, yeah. The guys that want to do that stuff, that's cool. But they know they're taking their lives in their hands when they
absolutely
do it.
They do.
They know what they're getting into. They absolutely do.
Excuse me while I wipe my nose because snot's
Go
running.
for it, bro. Go for it. Jeffrey Epstein video release. The footage shows his death. Now, wasn't this the same jail that
Thought the cameras weren't
working?
Yeah, I thought the cameras weren't working. What's the dealio?
Newsweek, I can't believe you're publishing this article. I really can't. That's
There you go.
That's bizarre. That's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. The next one here, this cracks me up. Proud Boys sue U.S. government for $100 million over January 6 prosecutions. This is just okay. Yeah.
And look, they got to come up with a better name, dude.
The Proud Boys? Yeah.
It sounds very gay, dude. It just does, man. Proud Boys? I don't know.
What's funny is, Dan, I told you the story. Oh, look at this. Oh, Joe, Dan, have you done your chores? Mama Joe isn't going to barge in and start yelling at you two. Are you? No, she's busy playing cards with my wife right now. That's what she's doing.
She could randomly come in and yell.
She could randomly come in.
Always does. So it's always on the deck.
Look at what Ariel said. I'm not going to repeat it, but look what she said.
Sounds like a gay bar.
Well, if you know the history of the Proud Boys, the guys that started that, they did it on a lark just to see if anybody would join a right-wing organization. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny.
They need to change their name, honestly.
Yeah. Let's see what else we have
I
here.
think some people probably signed up because they thought it was a whole different thing. So
yeah, right.
Right.
They thought they were going to be. They thought they were going to have meetings at the Blue Oyster, right? This is a sad one right here, guys. Stop doing this stupid shit that they want you to do on TikTok, teenagers, okay? Teen dies after trying social media trend called dusting. We don't have children to bury them. That's what the father of the person said. This girl, her name is Rena O'Rourke, died after participating in a social media trend called dusting, which left her brain dead after 4 days in the ICU. Now, what dusting is, I had to go deep into the article to find it, but it's right here. Dusting, also known as chroming or huffing, is a viral trend where a person inhales computer dusting spray as a means to get high. That is just ridiculous. Please stop doing
picture probably was taken
TikTok
right after
trends,
she
people.
did her freaking dusting, huffing, whatever. You scroll up, you'll see that second picture.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll up.
Yep.
Up. I mean, look how goofy she looks, man. That's a shame.
Yeah, it is. It is. She's a pretty girl. It's a shame. But, it's one of the dumbest things in the world. It's one of the reasons why people wanted TikTok banned. But here's the thing. I'd rather dance with the devil I know than the devil I don't know. We know what's coming on TikTok. Parents just need to monitor that shit a little closer and direct their kids not to do shit like that. You know what I mean? They need to get more involved in it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you get rid of TikTok, you're going to have another one jump in there and
they're like
take that void.
Pop up
There's
on another
so
platform.
much money involved in that.
Going, so
you know what I'm saying?
That's always going to be there. Another weed will come up, but yeah, people need to get involved in their kids' lives to see what they're doing there. And 17, that's just too young, man. I mean,
it is. It absolutely is. Okay, boys and girls, it's time for that segment of the show that Danny has created, where we celebrate the people that we send to cast votes for us, people that lead
us
by representation, whether it be at the municipal or state or federal level. We, of course, are talking about America's best and brightest. And And of course, most all of the stories under Best and Brightest tonight are Trump cards.
Trump cards.
He's just taking over. The Trump
The out of
cards.
control Trump cards.
The out of control Trump cards. Yeah. First one up tonight. Trump cannot proceed with gutting. Hang on. This is so small because of all the ads on it. Reuters, you should be embarrassed. Trump cannot proceed with gutting U.S. Education Department court rules. So they've put the halt. Now, we've talked about, guys, he can make all these executive orders he wants, but we've got three branches of government. There's a legal side of the arm of the House that will curtail these things, and one of them they're deciding to slow down is the elimination of the Department of Education. Now, Trump's plan is to put most of the stuff at the federal level back to the states, which, Danny has spoken several times. He's big on states' rights. Yeah. And a lot of people are worried about the federal supplements that go to education going away because of that. And what they don't understand is that he's already said this, that these would be shifted to different departments. They would still get federal funds for these different programs. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. But it's just another case.
All they're doing there is trying to do what any normal person would do in their own house. Look at their money going out, money coming in, and trying to allocate it where it needs to go and be most effective. We've got a lot of ticks at all levels of government, and they're just bloated.
Yeah.
And we as taxpayers, anybody that's out there crazy enough to hold down a full-time job and try to do something for their family and all, you're seeing it. Taxes just go up and up and up. So it's got to get under control.
Yeah. And it's one of the steps he's trying to take, but we'll see what happens with it. I just like to point out that if you really want to make change, you have to write laws and get them through the House of Representatives and Congress. You can write all the friggin' executive orders you want, but that's why we got checks and balances. The friggin' legal system said, nope, you got to slow that down.
But by doing these things, he's bringing things to light that otherwise not even being looked at.
Absolutely. And that, that's what a lot of those executive orders were meant to do. I mean, they're going to keep attacking them legally, but he's shining a light on the things that he was voted in to shine a light on, and he's doing exactly what he promised he'd do. Okay. Next up, Trump directs probe into Biden's use of auto pin. Biden says policy decisions were his. This story started about a week ago about Biden using an auto pen, which made them wonder who was actually, was it weekend at Biden's? Was it, a puppet being played with strings, because if you're using an auto pen, boys and girls, you're not really signing anything. A machine's doing it. So who's running that machine? That's what.
That's what we're talking about. Auto pen. That's the first time I've ever heard that auto pen.
Oh yeah. They found out that he was using an auto pen to sign a lot of shit. So that automatically, that's what they're thinking, is that somebody else was running that auto pen, and that's what they want to get into. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction that goes. Ariel says, I don't know. We haven't really seen a big tax hike in a while, though. I mean, what's our federal tax rate? I'm not sure, but it's a good chunk. I think California tax rate's 9 or 10%. I'm not sure. Ours here in Louisiana is 9 or 10%.
What I'm reading here, federal income tax rate of 2024 ranged from 10% to 37% based on your range of income and filing status. Texas generates revenue through other taxes such as sales taxes, property taxes. The average combined state and local sales tax is 8.2%. So, yeah, in 2024, federal tax rates was anywhere from 10 to 37% based on your income.
How much you're making. Yep. Das Wolfen says the only pardon signed by hand was Hunter Biden's. Ooh, Yikes. Ariel says, so is Trump acknowledging that it may not have been Biden signing these and may have been someone else? That's what he's trying to get to the bottom of. And Biden is saying, hey, I made all the policy decisions that, and Ariel, thanks you for the information.
See.
See what we got next here. No, not that one. Okay, here we go. Vance. The last one I wanted to do on this one today.
JD Vance
says that Musk's public feud with Trump is a huge mistake. Hopes billionaire comes back into the fold. I mean, do you need him back into the fold? He said that he's not going to give any money to any political campaigns anymore. I hope he sticks to that. That's what I hope he sticks to. I don't want to see him, funding anybody in the political arena. Of course, me personally, I want to see the entire way we fund political campaigns to totally change, but that's just me.
That's a big problem.
Yep.
You're
but
buying.
Vance
Vance
wants to see Musk back in the fold for the
because he needs him for his run for presidency.
Right, he needs that cash, don't he, Dan? Yeah. He needs that cash.
He fooling me, dude. You talk about a career politician right there. That's JD Vance. You read his book.
JD Vance,
his travels to the VP.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's all about that.
Pretty interesting. So. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I think is funny about the president and the vice president. Everybody gives them garbage about their immigration policies and stuff, and they're both married to immigrants. Both of them are. You know what I mean?
I think their position is that we have policies, we have laws. Just follow the freaking law.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to reinvent the wheel. We have existing policies.
Yep. All right. So that is it for tonight. That is the rest of your best and brightest. And there
Classic. Love that video, man.
I know you do. All right, boys and girls. Guess what? Boss isn't yelling at me. He's concerned for me now.
What?
He says, man, you got to get the pads on. Got to get that helmet on.
Uh-oh.
Buckle that chin strap.
Uh-oh.
Because it's time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Matt from Small Time Republic, I hope you're still watching. That's right. The Saints are still part of the Turn Out the Lights. The Saints. Dude. Bobby McRae, the ultimate murdering machine of the New Orleans Saints. Good Lord. He straight up murdered a man right in front of our eyes. I'm telling you, we're watching a clone of Kurt Warner announcing on NFL Network every Sunday now because he was clearly separated. His soul was separated from his body in that league. Right
he's totally AI now, so yeah. No way he survived that hit.
He's a hologram. That's what he
no way.
That's crazy. Let's see. Matt says, I'm here and Kurt Warner is still flying through the air.
Yes.
Let's see. Ariel says, Dan, what color is Africa behind you?
Africa.
I'm not sure. Africa is covered by the shark. I think.
Can't get out of the way. Yeah, Africa.
Yeah, he's actually covered completely by the shark.
Covered completely? So, yeah, it's covered completely.
Yeah, the shark is completely covering Africa. Yes. So we don't know what color it is, Ariel. I'm sorry. We cannot report.
Yeah, I missed
right now, it looks like it's light blue for shark.
I
have to share this with you guys.
I didn't want to cover up anything, but that's Best
I
can
have
get.
to share this with you guys because it was a local news story, but it's really hitting home to me that I live a blessed life. You know, we walk through day-to-day life and we see things like the stories that we're talking about on TV, and we wonder what would we do in those situations and stuff like that. Well, I can tell you what happened with us this last weekend. An armed man arrested during Bossier City church service. Now, this was last Sunday. We were there. Me and Danny's mom, Connie, the grandmother of my children and Danny's children, and my wife. We were all there, and it was the opening of the service. I'm going to let this play behind here with no sound, but what happened was, hang on one second. Let me go ahead and mute this for myself because it's really going to throw me off if I don't. If this will let me do it. There we go. What ended up happening was this guy who had been helped out by the church several times. He's only like, I want to say 21, 22 years old. He's only been out of high school a few years. And the guy that is the executive minister there, the son of the elder statesman there, Randy Harper, the guy that actually married me and the Royal Fox. He was preaching that day, and or actually no, he was at the service, but he stated that this guy had been helped out by the congregation a few times. And first I got wind of it. The cameras, we have two big friggin' video screens on either side of the stage, and the cameras kind of moved kind of quickly. And when that happened, I guess a few people, now I've only been going back to this church for about a month since my mom's been here. But some people saw that, and I saw a guy 2 pews in front of me jump over the pew in between him and the back and start running back there. And I looked, and right by the production booth in the back of the sanctuary, there was about 20 people there gang tackling a dude. And it turned out it was this young man. I'm not going to say his name, but he is a midget. He is an actual midget. You see him there. And he apparently was a great wrestler in high school. The minister you see there, his wife was his senior counselor at Parkway High School. He went to the same school me and Danny went to and everything. And apparently he came in there with a backpack full of ammunition and had a gun. And the reason why he was trying to manipulate the camera is he was going to put the camera, because those cameras are live streaming over the internet the service of Bel Air Baptist on Facebook and other outlets. And he was going to put the camera on the crowd and start shooting. That's what he was going to do. And somebody in the production booth saw him because he had to, being a diminutive person, he had to climb up on the platform to reach the camera. And when he did that, the people in the production booth saw him and called in security. And security there is a guy named Wayne Benjamin. He's the head of the crew there. He's an he's a retired Bossier City policeman. He's got nothing but ex-cops and military guys working with him. And I talked to him later on during the week and known him for a long time. And he said, yeah, you don't see him, but I've got 10 guys around that place at all times. This guy chose the wrong place to do that at. And so I just wanted to point this out to you guys. This is becoming more frequent. So you need to be aware of your surroundings and know what's going on everywhere you're at these days. We were in church and the place almost got shot up. It's crazy.
Yeah, you're blessed, man, because the Lord was definitely watching out. That how many times have we reported on stories like that? That goes a completely different way.
Yep.
So you're really blessed that nothing bad happened there. They were all over that. And thank God for the people that reacted. And yeah, what are you gonna do? I mean, the guy's got problems, and in his mind, shooting up a bunch of people at the church is the way to solve those problems, I guess. So.
Oh, he's definitely. I talked to some people there. I talked to a deacon that sits right in front of us. We still use the same pew, Dan, that we've always used. That one that's the second forward on the right, and the guy in front of us is a deacon. He's the guy that hands around the offering plate. And I saw him talking to his wife after it happened when he returned to his seat, and he did this motion to her, with his hand. And I asked him afterwards, and he said, "Yeah, we've known this guy for a while, and he's got mental problems." And I was like, "Yeah, that's a shame. I hate to see that."
It doesn't sound like
thanks a lot, Matt. He says, "Thank you. Thank God you're okay." Yeah, most definitely. Okay, so boys and girls, it's time for that moment you've been waiting for all night long. It's time for Dan's Simple Jack Award. It's that award that Danny gives out every week when, and you never know who's going to get it. It could be an individual. It could be an organization. It could be a government. Hell, he might give it to the whole planet one day. But this week, it's actually to an individual. And this individual, we had to make a special graphic for him. It's the oil over spinach edition. That's right. Oil over spinach edition. Now, what does this mean, boys and girls? Well, let me read the headline for you real quick, and you will understand what we're talking about. And you may have seen this guy already before. Russian Popeye, who injected oil into biceps, hospitalized after sparking major health fears. What the hell is this guy doing, Daniel?
Well, instead of working out, he decided to inject oil into his biceps, a mixture of something that he, I guess he found on the internet that's supposed to stimulate muscle growth without actually having to work out. And as you can see, he put it into his biceps and triceps there. And he ends up in the hospital. He has to have all that removed, and there's some other pictures of that. But yeah, his whole motivation is to score with beautiful women. So that's why he did this thing. And he went full retard on an Arnold Schwarzenegger scale. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never.
I mean, look at this. That's crazy.
What is this? I don't to talk to beautiful women. What?
Yeah, that was his whole motivation. Nothing else. If you read the article, he did it to, score.
Young man, let me impart this piece of knowledge to you, okay? When I was a bartender, guys used to come up to me and ask how I got such pretty girls around my bar. And I, of course, the first thing I told them, Dan, was, well, I have their drug of choice back here. So that's one of the major reasons why they're hanging out. But it's pretty simple, guys. Just be yourself. Have a good time. You don't have to chase girls. If you have a good time, somebody's going to see you having a good time and want to have a good time with you. It's that simple.
No, if you don't do that, then you inject oil into your biceps and triceps and use oil instead of spinach and puff up because, chicks dig guys with grotesquely huge biceps and triceps. This guy also did stuff to his face too, injected face stuff. And bizarro. Straight from Mother Russia. Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. Well, Joe, excuse why they all hang on you is because you do the full Monty every once in a while.
Full Monty. There you go.
I'm not going to expand on that at all. Okay, boys and girls. That's it for this evening. I do have to pull something up real quick that I forgot about. And that would be the music for the end of, well, actually, no, I better not do that because it's going to cause an echo all over the fucking place. But I do want you to go and check out Sharking for Pearls. Check them out on YouTube, boys and girls. They have dropped the Astral Plane album, and he's currently working on
Sojourn.
What's it called?
Sojourn.
As you can see, it's the worldwide tour.
The Traveler
of Sharking for Pearls. That's right.
That's it.
Go check it out, man. It's everywhere where you get your music, guys. Of course, you're watching the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. Everything you need to know about the Clown Show of 2025 through this week's headlines. Come check it out next week, same time, same bat channel. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, I'll be over on Pop Culture Minefields channel for the Drink and Draw with Military Monday, where we talk about military movies while we work on our comic books, me and Gary. Check it out at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Central Time, it's going to be another gaming show on That 70s Rock Fans channel as he plays Baldur's Gate. And I'll give him as much hell as possible before I go to my show at 6:30 p.m. Central Time as I play part 10 of Mass Effect 2 on Papa Joe Gamer Before Dark. That's 6:30 p.m. Central Time on my channel tomorrow evening. And then Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time, it's back over to Pop Culture Minefields channel for another Drink and Draw as we work on our comic books and talk about our favorite thing. Me and Gary just dig movies. So you guys come check that out at 3 p.m. right before I go on the air with State of the Atmosphere, my favorite show I do every week besides this one. I love hanging out with my brother, but I also love talking about movies. He'll tell you it's my favorite subject there is. I love movies. I love going to see them, and I love talking about them. State of the Atmosphere coming your way at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. All the pop culture stuff, too. We're going to have a big video game part this week. I know I promised it last week. We had all these reveals, all these video games this week. We're going to be checking that out on State of the Atmosphere, 5:30 p.m. Central Time Wednesday. And then Friday, you can check out the current status of the story of America's Pirate Patriot on Sketching the Privateer at 1 p.m. Central Time on my channel. And then, of course, at 8 p.m. Central Time, we want you to go back over to Pop Culture Minefields channel and watch Gaming Night with John. That's our good buddy Das Wolfen, who's in the chat today. And he's playing Fallout. I believe he's moved ahead to the New Vegas part of it. So you guys go check it out as he plays more Fallout this Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefields channel. I also want to remind you, go give me a subscribe over on the Papa Joe Gamer channel. I'm going to start uploading my video game snippets from my live shows over there. You guys go give me a subscribe over there. I think the latest one that I put up was Seattle getting their revenge against the New England Patriots. Yes, the Brady-led Patriots from the 2015 game. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I did it through defense. I think I won that Super Bowl 10-7 with a field goal. Yeah.
10-7, old school.
You know what? Old school, man. You know me. I always pump up the defense. I don't even pay attention to the offense. I just make it through with the offense. But anyway, that's everything for tonight. Boys and girls, I want to thank you for being here. She says she wants a link to the Papa Joe Gamer. Please, I will throw it in there as we get out of here. Thank you very much, Ariel. I will definitely do that. And until we see you guys again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.